Hello and welcome back to the great Unexplained debate. We're talking about paranormal groups now. We're just before the break. We're talking about people's houses going into groups and or groups coming to people's houses and being asked to come into people's houses, which is a huge compliment. But the media, which like I've said, I've put my hand up. I'm partly responsible for, and so are you.
Not as much as you.
You say that. But I think there's because people see a buck in it, and there's a point where if you're going to invite, if you're looking at the public coming onto investigations, you've got, if you had 50 people and you're charging them 50 quid a head, it's an awful lot of money, to be made. But the people who have got the hotel or the house or the product, they'll think, well, if I charge $5,000, then surely all you would do is put $5,000 onto it and say, well, whatever I make, if I'm selling 50 tickets, it's obviously got to be, 100 quid plus another 50 for me. So you make $2,500 out of it while they're making their $5,000. But it's big money. It's huge money. I know of one individual who put over 700 people one night through one particular haunted house. I mean, it was literally, diabolical. But
well, they're charging for that, weren't they?
Oh, they charge. Yeah. They charge. It was small. It was small money, but for big return. And I think it was something like 10 quid a ticket or $7.50 a ticket. But with 750 people go through, that's an awful lot of money. But what I'm trying to say is, with that sort of thing, is that's almost you treat people as cattle. You just throw them through. They're not going to learn anything.
There's not going to be any personalisation there, is there?
But most of the time, these people will pay £6 and go through it in the daytime on their own.
Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of these people are open to the public. But that's the point. I mean, what is a good amount of money? What is for?
I think one of the best ones I think there's ever been done is when we did the stage show at Caesars, and you were there as well, Phil, and. I don't know how many hundred people. There's a few hundred people there, wasn't there?
Oh, there was a lot of people.
Yeah, and in the end, the vet ended up in the middle of the place doing a séance with all of them. Yeah, and that was before the live shows. Before most haunted lives. That was quite good.
Yeah, no, that was good.
Yeah,
and we had actually done a couple of them.
Oh, had you?
Yeah, it was only the one night.
Right.
But that was that people. I mean, that was bizarre that evening. When people was trying to literally almost ram us against walls to get autographs. It was bizarre. I remember do you remember one of your security guys had to pull me through the fire exit at one point because I was getting crashed.
Yeah, and it was really important. It was the first time you'd done anything like that, like a stage show.
We'd never done a stage show before.
That's right. It was really good.
But that's the point. You can, we got a great deal of people out there. You could have completely conned every single one of those people out of 50, 60 quid each if you wanted to.
And that was in the early days. That was the second series of Most Haunted. So now it would be even worse.
Yeah, it would be. But that's the point. Is that the media's created almost a little bit of a monster, because 10 years ago you could have probably gone almost anywhere if you wanted to, and they'd have let you in because of your reputation, because of what you want to do. Now there's almost this point where you can contact someone and go, yeah, $5,000 or 500 quid. What is a good amount though? Or should they charge? Or should they not charge?
To a certain extent, I agree that they should be charging something, because you're in the premises. They normally have to get somebody to man the premises while you're there for the location.
Well, the problem is with mine, it cost me $3,500 just to open the doors.
Yeah, there you go.
So I normally charge people, say, $3,500 to $4,000. Yeah. But they make it back on the ticket sales. Yeah. So because it'll hold 2,000 people, but I mean a good amount for an investigation is $300-400, I suppose. So they can make the money back. Yeah. But that's what I have to charge because of the overheads that I
exactly.
Yeah. But yours is almost a unique thing, because it's not the biggest nightclub in London. I mean, it's a huge area. So and the fact that your overheads just to open it up are very high. But a lot of these places are houses that actually doesn't cost them anything to open up. Hotels, I can understand if they got people in, but quite often you go in the down times when there aren't anybody there. So what would you guys, as from both different perspectives, one as a public events company and one as just a private investigative company, which was?
I never paid anything to investigate anywhere as a private group, never outlaid anything.
So pleased you said that.
Yeah. All I can tell you is the most that we've paid for an event or a location would be
It kind of depends. It must depend.
It depends on obviously on how well known the location is, on how grand the location is. And I think we've got one coming up that is nearly £2,000.
Right.
So, and that's probably. I mean, there are locations that certainly since the onset of the media frenzy regarding paranormal genre and television and that kind of thing. A lot of locations have cottoned on to the fact that they can charge a lot more than they really should be charging.
What sort of location is that one?
This is a hall in Derbyshire that we're going to be doing on Halloween time. So again, you're probably paying more for the Halloween time as well.
But this is the point. You see, that I'm really pleased that you don't pay, because I don't think a paranormal investigative group should have to pay to investigate the paranormal, because normally the whole idea of paranormal groups was there to help people who had some sort of problem that they wanted solving. I don't actually mean exorcising. They wanted solving. They wanted answers. But so they would quite often they would have paid you to come there because it's your time. And
but you see, then I would say, why would I want to let people around my house just to let them around my house?
Yeah, but no, not because you're happy with what's gone in your house.
Yeah.
The only reason you'd want people in your house is if you wanted answers to what's in there. And if you want answers, it's like if I want to find out about something, I have to go and buy a book. It costs me money to buy a book. I don't call up a bookshop and say, "Do you fancy bringing some books round and give us £300 and I might take one off you." To give me the information. You have to go and get. You don't want any information because you've done most of your information. But a lot of people have got weird things happening, and they call you up and say, "Can you come around because there's something strange in the neighbourhood?"
But most ghost groups, though, they contact a location, then they charge the members of the ghost group to pay for what the location wants. It works the other way around.
It's another way of doing it. I don't particularly agree with it because I think to myself, why would you want to be paying?
I wouldn't have thought as many locations call up an actual ghost group, do they? I mean, they may call Most Haunted, but
you'd be surprised. Yours, as White Rose, gets called.
Yeah, we get called. I have to say though that majority of the places that we've been to are not the ones that are on the map. They're not the known places. So when you get it again, that gets into another category then, because you're talking about the ones that are more well known. They're the ones where the events companies can go to because they're a company and making the money.
Correct.
But that because it's a business and an interest. At the end of the day, I mean, people, and I hope your venues don't think I'm out of line here. But no, but in all honesty, people will be paying money to come and see you.
Right.
Because you're a known face. You're someone people know and respect and want to see you. You've been on the TV and everyone knows who you are. So your ticket sales, people will come to say, so they can go to work on Monday and say, I spent Friday night or Saturday night with Phil Wyman. It's that point. I've done an investigation before. When they talk to their friends about paranormal investigation work, they say, "Oh, I've done an investigation with Phil Wyman," and it almost doesn't matter where that location is. I know it does to you for the phenomena, and it has to be a good place.
Yeah, it has to be a good place.
Quite often, it's literally they want to be near you because obviously you know what you're doing. You get they can get some stuff some information off of you of how to do better ghost investigations, and that's what they come for. They come for that whole experience, which they get.